So, if any of you have been feeling this calling this year, like the work that you need to do uh, is going to go to another level, like you've been preparing, and this year is where it's going to start to really sort of take off in, your soul mission and what you came here to do, then I wanted to do a reading for you, particularly, although this is not exclusively to those who feel that call, um, to see and check in what abundance has for us in 2025. Because I know a lot of us have issues with receiving and with dealing with releasing issues around lack and scarcity. And um, if you've been feeling like one of the things that you really need going forward is to be properly resourced in the work you're doing, then I wanted to do a reading for you and see what we can expect going forward financially, but abundance can come in other forms as well, of course, and just see how that may shift in the coming year for us. So I have my Shadowscape deck. This is another tarot deck. This is one that I just recently bought. And this deck is really, when I first got it, it was like, the energy of it was like excitement. It was excited to work with me. And it was like the first day I got it, it was like, do a reading. And then the second day was the same. It's like, come play with me. So this deck has been really excited to work with me, and I've been wanting it for a long time. And now that I've got it, it's like I've always adored the artwork of this deck, but now that I have it and can see it up front, it's just, oh, I love it. So I'm so glad that I finally got around to getting it. So I'm going to use this deck for this reading, and just want to see what we need to know regarding abundance in 2025. So I'm just going to see if Spirit wants to pull the cards, or will tell me when to stop, and I'll do a spread. So let's just see what happens. Okay, one just came out. King of Cups. Ooh. And I just literally in my mind said the word resourced when this came out. So immediately this feels like abundance and love, because quite often love and finances go together. They're both ruled by Venus, the sort of Taurian energy specifically. But it feels like it's going to go hand in hand. So maybe the work that we've done with our relationships has actually also been clearing the way for greater financial abundance in particular to come through, but also abundance in our relationships. And we are now in a more emotionally mature space to handle these things, so that we are now also in a space to receive abundance in other forms as well. So, that's very interesting. So I'm going to see what else comes through, see if Spirit wants to pull another card, and then we can sort of sum up the reading. Maybe I'll pull a couple more. Let's see what feels right. Okay. The Hierophant. Now that's interesting. So this feels like we're going to receive abundance in our like spiritual connection as well. So through our relationships and our connection to the divine, we're going to see like an inflow of abundance coming our way. And it's almost in doing this work, it's like, because quite often we experience things sort of manifesting in the spiritual realms and the higher sort of dimensions first, before they get grounded into the physical presence. But the Hierophant is ruled by Taurus again, which is again Venus, and all of the energy of finances, wealth, what we value, but also love, self-care, um, how we nurture ourselves and others. Um, and so, yeah, I'm definitely feeling the Taurian energy coming through here in this reading. And maybe April, May is going to be an interesting time for us because that could actually be a time marker as well. Like maybe that's going to be a specific, like, and that's sort of spring energy, like things coming, out of the ground. Because I had this image earlier as I was preparing of the fact that, like, when I talked earlier about wanting to level up your soul mission work, I'd had this image of like we've been these seeds under the ground doing this work of, preparing ourselves and starting to germinate and put roots down, but we haven't popped through the surface yet. And then I was just thinking that this year is where we pop through the surface. So all that work we've been doing sort of in the dark and is hidden and can't be seen is going to start becoming visible this year. And I just got reminded of that when I was tuning into the Taurian energy of that card. So, and the Hierophant is also a major arcana. So this is something that's playing out over the year as an entirety. So I'm feeling like it's going to be lots of different things adding up rather than like you get one good turn of good fortune. It's almost like settling into the template of receiving abundance regularly. Feels like it's coming through. Very interesting. Okay, I feel like one more card wants to come, so let's just pull it and see what the overall message is. Okay. 5 of Wands. So what I'm getting from this is like this is the block to receiving, like the inner conflict to receiving. It's like it's all there. It's like it's all there, ready and waiting. And this is a 5, so this is like a minor setback. It's not a major thing to overcome. But it feels like this is the year where we're going to be focusing on that work. So the places where we struggle to receive, where we struggle to think ourselves worthy of receiving the best of life. And so that this can come through, it's like we've done the preparatory work. Like we've created the space is what I'm getting. We've created the space for the abundance to come in. Now it's just about opening the door so that it can actually flow. And I want to just tune in a second because I feel there's another message there. And I'm just going to tune in with the crystal ball a second. What else could you tell me about this 5 of Wands? Okay, so I'm getting there may be a period where, like, you might have to sort of dig deep. There might be times where you have to go without for a little while. I'm not getting a lot. So it's almost like, so I'm getting that it's like you almost have to have a period without to be reminded that you're worthy of more and that you're worthy of having more than just the bare minimum to survive. So there's an opportunity that's going to come that's going to bring that into our minds. It's not necessarily going to last very long, but it's almost like we're going to get a refresher of why we deserve to have more in our lives, why bare minimum is not good enough. And there may be some, I keep hearing the word turbulence, like almost like it's there, but you can't reach it for a little while, like it's inaccessible for a little while, and then it's going to come back online. So it may be a period of like you start to see improvement, then there's a pause or a minor setback, and then once you get through that, then it's like much bigger improvement is what I'm getting. And this is not just financial, but it's mainly financial is what I'm getting as well. This could be a general theme because the blocks and the things that we're clearing can affect us in different aspects of our lives. But the financial area is a very obvious area in which it may show up. But we have, okay, so we got the King of Cups and we got the Hierophant. So we have an emotional mastery around receiving and opening to the abundance. So it's almost like we've done the emotional work, or we are about to conclude the emotional work this year. That's actually going to lead us into being able to receive everything that the divine wishes to bless us with. And I feel there's many blessings, like just waiting to sort of like come through. But we still have to do this. We still have to do a little bit of inner work. It's not a lot. I think the work we did last year was a big preparatory part of it. But it's almost like whatever remains is being cleared out. But it's not just about the last bit of the purge. It's just like we're going to get a little taster, a little reminder of why we don't want to go back there. We don't want to go back to having lack. We don't want to go back to scarcity. We don't want to go back to accepting bare minimum. We want to actually sort of resonate and transmit the frequency of abundance at all times. But it's something that we need to settle into, especially since we have been in major lack, major self-sacrificing energies for a long time. So it feels like there is a need to go through this in order to fully embody the abundance that's on its way. And this is going to like, I almost wanted to say trickle to us, but trickle seems like it's like dribs and drabs and not a lot. It's like there's a lot coming, but it's not going to hit us all at once. It's like it's going to take its time to unfold, particularly over this next year. Maybe a bit longer is what I'm hearing, but this year in particular is going to be a turning point for a lot of us, particularly those who are called in soul mission right now, and who are getting activated, you know. So that's very positive news. So I wish you well on your journey, and I hope your soul mission is very fruitful this year. And I look forward to reading for you next time. Bye.